At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 10 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve, it's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
The following episode will contain spoilers. You have been warned.
You're listening to Cinema IRL, the podcast that throws you into the movie and asks the question, what would you do? I guess all you need is a super successful Netflix show, and then you're off to the bank. Well, at least if you're a Karate Kid movie, that is. Amber and Scott discuss Karate Kid legends. And now, Cinema IRL.
I wish I could switch places for just one day.
What would you do?
Put yourself in my shoes.
How do we handle this?
What would you do?
Put yourself in my position.
What would you do?
Now it's your turn.
I feel like this movie, in several ways, mirrors my own life.
How so?
We'll get to it.
Okay. Alrighty, folks. This episode, we are digging into Karate Kid legends. Let's see. This is a very long description here. When Kung Fu prodigy Li Fong relocates to New York City with his mother to attend a prestigious new school, he finds solace in a new friendship with a classmate and her father. But his newfound peace is short-lived after he attracts unwanted attention from a formidable local karate champion. Driven by his desire to defend himself, Lee embarks on a journey to enter the ultimate karate competition. Guided by the wisdom of his kung fu teacher, Mr. Han, and the legendary Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso, Lee merges their unique styles to prepare for an epic martial arts showdown.
Of course they do.
I hate how bad some of these descriptions are. So he didn't really join this competition to defend himself. The primary reason was to help his friend Mia's dad, who actually owed money to scary loan shark people and was going to lose his pizza place. So this was also primarily an effort to get the $50,000 prize money and save his pizza place and be a hero to the girl that he was interested named Mia.
Yeah, I felt like, okay, so as you know, after the movie ended, I went to ChatGPT.
Yes.
And it had very limited information. It basically knew that there was going to be this movie and the overarching that Jackie Chan and Daniel LaRusso were both going to be in it.
Before you continue, don't spoil the end, okay? I know we do spoilers here, but there's something at the end that I want you all to enjoy and appreciate. If you like this franchise, please don't ruin it for people. That was a big sigh.
I'm sorry.
Really? It was such a nice surprise.
Guys,
I loved it.
Guys, listen. Okay, listen. As we always say, and mind you, by the time this comes out, the movie should have been out in theaters probably about a month. So you've probably had a chance to see it.
We see things like pretty much the day they come out.
Yeah. And
we're on it.
And we're running about 3 to 4 weeks in the queue. So you should... Okay. If you like the Karate Kid franchise, you should see the movie. If you don't like the Karate Kid franchise, you should definitely not see the movie.
It's a good standalone if you haven't seen any of the Karate Kid movies, but there's something at the end.
And I'm going to spoil it because
really?
I kind of have to.
No, you don't.
Part
of
what I said at the up front is partially going to be why.
Sorry,
and also,
people. Sorry.
Yeah, guys, see it. Stop right now. Just stop this episode. Go watch it if you haven't watched it, because we do spoil it. We spoil it every single time.
I know we spoil it, but it was just a nice surprise.
But we're not spoiling it because they're listening to it after they've already seen the movie.
I hope so.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can spoil it. And we're going to spoil it.
Alrighty.
So, anyway, ChatGPT, I said, write the movie. It is amazing how close it got. Like, a couple of locations wrong, a couple of the familial things wrong. They did more of a Daniel coming together with Mr. Han rather than Mr. Han coming together with Daniel thing. And that's because, unfortunately, this franchise is just insanely predictable. I mean, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a very simple but easy to watch movie. If you just kind of need to go out and just kind of have a movie that's, easy to watch and doesn't stress you out and doesn't require a lot of thinking, it was a pleasurable movie. The end was great because I love the very end. But yeah, it was a simple, easy watch.
Yeah.
So you said this mirrors your own life. How so?
There were two things that happened in this movie that have happened to me in real life.
Okay.
Do you want the cooler one first, or do you want the less cool one first?
Cool.
You want cool first?
Yeah.
I have been Connor.
Oh, okay. Connor was our 5-borough champion.
Well, except I was never a champion.
This is already shaping up to be a great story.
I entered, and it was Taekwondo. I
Okay.
entered a Taekwondo tournament.
Okay.
And 16-person, just like this one. I won my first 3 rounds, 6-0, 5-0, and 6-0. So, like, I'm steamrolling people.
Okay.
And by the way, the person I steamrolled in the semis was my brother. It's still one of my greatest memories. I just kept kicking him in the head.
Wow.
Hi,
Okay.
Tim. And I made it to the finals against the only girl in the field.
Okay.
Who would probably be seen in that matchup as the underdog to me. And I raced out to a 4-2 lead on her. Then she got a point in to get to 4-3. I should have freaking won. I landed a kick to her freaking gut that should have scored 1 point and won it. And I looked at the judges like, are you going to call it? And they looked at me like, they were shrugging. I'm like, what? Well, by the way, don't ever do that in a tournament because you might find yourself getting kicked in the head.
Yeah.
And your opponent scoring 2 points and beating you 5-4.
Yeah, taking your eyes off the prize is never a good idea in a competition.
Yeah, though I did have a little of them in me. I at one point went for a flying sidekick, met the other person's foot in midair, which pushed me a little further up into the air, and then flat down onto my back. My mom came running, and she was told to get back, and I had to get up, and it did not feel good. I actually had to take take a quick breather to get back into it. I think that was actually in finals. I think that was against her. So.
Wow. Okay. So what's the less cool story?
I've actually had a pizza delivered to LA from New York before.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was part of the movie for folks who are listening who haven't seen it. Okay.
So
that's got to be pricey.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It was some promotional thing that I don't know. It might have been Uber or Lyft or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it was like a first 100 people or so that wanted to order it was going to be able to order this authentic New York pizza that was actually being made in New York.
Yeah.
And then
they say the water out there makes it taste different.
Immediately shipped directly to LA, basically take it off the plane. I think they actually cooked them here because it'd get a little cold otherwise.
Sure. Did you enjoy it?
It was fine.
It was fine. That's an underwhelming end.
It was fine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. You know me, I don't have the most refined palates.
That is true. So let's dig into some what would you do. So we have our main character, Lee, here, who relocates to New York City with his mom, who is very anti-fighting.
Yeah, and I have thoughts.
Yeah, I know the thought because you made a face, and I kind of made a face too. The champion at a non-sporting event.
The Subway.
Yeah, the champion used to go out with Mia, and Mia's the one that Lee has a crush on.
Of course he did.
Because formula, everything was like this. And so basically, long story short, Connor sucker punches Lee. And so Lee has a black eye. And then his mom was like, I told you not to fight. Don't disappoint me. And I was like...
He said, but what did he say?
Nothing.
No, he did. I didn't have a choice.
Oh, I didn't have a choice.
No, you're right. You are correct. You didn't have a choice. You got sucker punched, but you didn't fight.
Yeah, he took the kick. He hit
it was like a sucker elbow.
Yeah, and he got thrown against the side of the subway, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Like he didn't fight whatsoever. Matter of fact, his mom should have been very proud of him that he took a punch and walked away from it.
Yeah, so what would you do? I don't know. Use better words to describe what really happened and not say, I didn't have a choice, because all you say is, I didn't. Some guy hit me and I didn't fight back, Mom. I'm a good kid. And she'd say, oh, honey, I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
And they'd hug and embrace. And
I have the black eye because I didn't fight back.
Yeah, that was.
And then later, when they actually fight in the school,
Connor, the champion, and Lee, yeah.
Lee was the one who basically started the fight. I mean, there's no basically. Lee's the one who started the fight. Like, he turns around and shoves him and was like, let's go. And he's like, let's go, stuffed crust. How did an inside joke between like 3 and 4 people become his citywide nickname? Did they just advertise, this is stuffed crust?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So I did have one aspect of this movie that really, really bothered me. Okay. And I suppose it's a what would you do?
Okay.
Sort of. So in most of the Karate Kid movies, like let's just take the original one, you have somebody who can't fight. He's getting beat up. He doesn't know how to defend himself. He seeks guidance and then eventually he overcomes.
Right.
In this movie, Lee knew like a really decent amount of kung fu from the get-go because Mr. Han was his great uncle.
Right.
So, I mean, enough so that at one point to save Mia's dad, 3 guys have weapons and he's able to kick all 3 of their asses in an alley fight.
Yeah.
So, like, this is somebody who's not pre-Miyagi Daniel LaRusso at all.
Right. No, has very advanced skills. But they're in Kung Fu and the championship is karate.
Yeah, but here's the thing. For one, if he knows that much, he should not have gotten waylaid by Connor as bad as he did on the schoolyard. Like that should have been more. I'm not saying that Connor couldn't have beaten him, gotten the better of him, but that was a waylay. He just kind of went, and then.
Well, but Connor was trained in karate. The 3 thugs who were trying to collect money from Mia's dad, loan sharks. I mean, they're used to breaking knuckles and breaking arms. They're not fighting experts. So I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
they're just thugs.
But they have weapons, and they have 3 of them.
What kind of weapons? What kind of weapons do they have?
I don't know if they weren't baseball bats, but they were baseball bat-esque, almost like 2x4s.
Yeah, because they're thugs.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they weren't flipping and flying around and punching with certainty and accuracy or whatnot. They were just thugs.
Listen, I'm not a thug.
I don't know.
But if you take 3 of me,
yeah,
I will put down the best martial artist in the world. If you have 3 of me, 3.
Right.
Because for one, I'm not going to do the dumbass thing of like, oh, you fight him, and the other 2 will wait, and then once you've kicked his ass, they'll come in. Even though they didn't do that as much, they actually did a lot of the 2 coming at him at once. But no, screw that. 3, all of you at once. You're, and I'm not going to swing as wild.
Someone thinks he's very impressive.
What?
I said someone thinks he's very impressive.
Oh no, I'm not even saying I could do it with 2. I need 3. Even though I do know that Taekwondo.
Okay.
From like literally almost 40 years ago. But yeah. But then he kind of hit the point, Lee did, where it was like he was starting over. Like, yeah, I get it when he learns karate, you do have to start over a little bit because it's a different style. But Mr. Han came out there and was training him. And he was using the training thing, and all of a sudden it's like he didn't freaking know what he was doing. He's getting smacked around with a log. And like, it's clear he knew it well enough to take aspects of it and train Mia's dad.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that's the other one too. Mia's dad, in his younger days, was a championship fighter.
He was also Pacey from Dawson's Creek. So, he can only do so much because he's Pacey. I can't get past that. He's always
I did not
Pacey.
see Dawson's Creek, so.
I don't want to wait.
No, I don't want to wait for this song to be over. But in his younger day, he was a championship fighter. And let me tell you something.
Yeah, he was a boxer, I think, wasn't he?
Yes, he was a boxer. Listen, I haven't done Taekwondo in 40 years, but I still have memories of the things that I did. And I guarantee you, I probably can't even do them now as well as I did when I was like, I don't know, 11. Like 11-year-old self could probably kick my ass.
I would pay to see that.
But
sign me up.
But here's the thing. I still know the basic things that I would need to know to be able to fight. I might not be able to execute it very well. And him as a boxer, if he was a championship level boxer, even if it's just in New York, I mean, that's a really big city. He knew footwork. He knew. He had been taught that at some point, and they made it sound like he just didn't know what the hell he was doing whatsoever.
Well, I mean, a lot of time had passed, and I don't know. I don't know.
It's like riding a bike. It really is. I'm not saying that you're going to be as good as you were.
I mean, he's been focusing on pizza.
It doesn't matter. Like, this stuff stays with you, at least enough of it that you're going to be competent. I'm not saying good, but competent. And he wants to do a boxing match to get money, and then he gets his daughter's new friend, who's in high school, to teach him kung fu.
Well, he doesn't get his daughter's friend to teach him kung fu. He goes out to the alley to put some garbage in the garbage can. The three thugs come at him because he hasn't paid back his debt, and Lee fends off the three and saves him, so they go running off. So,
well, yeah,
and then
that's when he realized that Lee knew kung fu, and he was like, train me. And he's like,
I could use some of that.
And at first he's like, nah, but then he's like, yeah. So like, it was a little weird to see the kid training the adult, though I will give them their props. That was the one thing that probably wasn't super formulaic.
Yeah.
Though the dad was giving off serious, God, I can't remember his name, Apollo Creed vibes.
Oh, I was going to say, this whole movie is like when Sylvester Stallone handed over the Rocky franchise to the Creed brand and gave birth to this new generation of movie. I mean, it felt like,
in some ways, but it also felt like Rocky 3 when Creed fought the Russian first and the Russian killed him.
Spoiler.
Yes, spoiler. Rocky 3 spoiler.
For a 30-year-old movie. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, and he actually kills him.
Yeah, it's very
and like the dad, damn near got killed by that dude. Like, are there no freaking rules? For one, that was one of the worst boxing matches I've ever seen. You are not going to see people wildly swinging in a boxing match. It just doesn't freaking happen. Like, they needed somebody who was better at coordinating boxing matches.
So what would you do is you would hire better referees for the boxing match?
Better referees, better people on set to have them, a better choreographer.
Okay. So you'd hire a better boxing choreographer for the movie. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, I forgot about the other mirror thing.
The other mirror thing? What's
about my life? I mean, sort of.
Oh, okay.
I actually, back in my Taekwondo days again, we're reveling.
Taekwondo days. Okay.
I once was part of a small group of an exhibition.
Okay.
Who actually did an exhibition for like a packed movie theater when Karate Kid 2 came out.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it was just an exhibition,
yeah.
And we all got to watch the movie for free.
Oh, that's fun.
So
that's a nice memory.
Yes. Oh, use Taekwondo. gets to see a free movie.
We hope you enjoyed our episode. Thank you for listening. And to catch all the new episodes, please subscribe. We release 2 to 3 episodes weekly, so we'll have new content regularly. Until next time.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.